Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel ANIN.EDUCATION. Before we start, don't forget subscribe, like, comment, and share. Right now, we learn about what is the rotary kiln. Principle of operation. The kiln is the cylindrical vessel in inclines slightly from the horizontal, which is rotation slowly about a longitudinal axis. The process feedstock is the feed to into upper end of the cylinder. As the kiln rotates, material gradually move down toward the lower end and may undergo and a certain amount of touring and mixing. Hot gases pass along the kiln sometimes in the same direction as the process material current, but usually in the opposite directions counter current. The hot gases may be generated in the external furnace or might be generated by the flame inside the kiln, such as flame is the project from the burner pipe or firing pipe, which acts like a largest Bunsen burner. The view for this may be gas oil for full versus petroleum coke of the full fairly constructions. The basic components are the rotator kilns are the cell, the refractory lining, support tridents, riding ring, and the rollers drive gear and internal heat exchangers. History. The rotator kiln was invented in the 1873 by the Frederick Ransom. He followed several patients in the 1885 until 1887, but his experiments with the idea were not a commercial success. Nevertheless, his design provided the basis for successful kiln in the US from the 1891, subsequently emulations worldwide. Kiln cell. This made from the rolling with the steel plates usually between 14 and 30 millimeters, zero point 0.6 and 1.2 in welded in from the cylinder, and the cylinder up to the from cylinder which might be up to the 230 meters and 740 feet in the legs, and the top up to the 6 meters 20 feet in the diameters. Upper limit and the diameter set by the tendency of the seals to the differ under it has been weighed to under over cross sections with the sequential flexures during rotations like in the not necessarily limit but is come difficult to cope with the changes in the leg and on heating and cooling, typically around 0.1 to 0.5% of the legs in the kiln is very low. Refractory lining. The purpose of the refractory lining is to insulate the steel from the high temperatures inside the kiln and to protect it from to the corrosive properties is the process materials. It might consist of the refractory bricks or cast refractory concretes or may be absent in the zone of the kiln that are the belong at approximately 240 degrees Celsius, 482 Fahrenheit. The factory selections depend on even the temperature inside the kiln and the chemical nature of the materials being processed. In something processed such as cement, the refractory's life is prolonged by the maintaining coat of the processed materials on the refractory surface. The thickness of the lining in the general is in the range 80 to 300 millimeter, 3 to 12 in a typical refractory will be capable in the maintaining of temperature drop of the 1000 degrees Celsius, 1000 x, x 100 degrees Fahrenheit, or the between is not equal space. The cell's temperatures need to be maintained below around 340 degrees Celsius, x 182 degrees Fahrenheit to protect the steel from the damage, and the continuous infrared scanners of the use in the give early warning in the hot spots indicates order of the refractory failure. Trials and rollers. Trials, some calends riding rings usually consist is the single annual steel casting machines to the smooth cylinder surface, which the stick loosely as the kiln steel throws variety of the shirts arrangement. There's requires some the inequalities of the designs as the troy must with the fit the cell snugly but also allow thermal movement. The Tyres ride and the fire of the steel rollers also machining to the smooth render surface and the says about half in the kiln diameters apart. The rollers mostly supports the kiln and the allow rotators that is the normally practice lots of the possible as well as engineers liquid kiln when the power is cut off. With ring pendulums like many times before coming to rest. The mass a typical 6 meters and 60 meters to fit to 20 feet, 1097 feet hill, including refractories and the feet is around 1,103 to 2,400 LB and the worldwide recurrence and the three tires and the sets of rollers spaced long and the legs of the kiln. The longest kiln might be have 8 sets of rollers, while very short and small kiln might have the non-kiln usually rotates at the 0.5 to 2 rpm. The kilns of modern cement plants are running at the 4 to 5 rpm and the bearing of the rollers must be capable with the standing or large statics and the live rods involved and must be carefully protection from the heat of the kiln and the increase of dust. Since the kiln it is as an angels, it also needs support to prevent it from walking off the support rollers, usually upper and lower tiny or truss rollers. Bearing against of the side and the trellis preventing the kiln from the walking of the support rollers. Drive occur. The kiln is usually furnished by the means of the single gear surrounding of the color parts of the kiln tube, but sometimes it is turning by the driven rollers. The gear of the connected rollers as the gear trying to a variable speed electric motor. This must have the high setter starting to torque to start the kiln with a large essential load. A 6 meter and 60 meters 2 feet 197 feet kiln records around 800 kilowatt to run a 3 rpm. The speed of the materials flow through the kiln proportional to relative speed. A variable speed drive is needed to control this. When driving through rollers, hydraulic drive might be used. There's have the advantage to develop it extremely with torques. In many processes, it's the gingers to allow and hold kiln the stand still with the drive forward files. Temperature difference between the top and bottom of the kiln may cause the kiln to work, and refractory is the match. Hence, normal practice is to provide an auxiliary drive for the using during power cuts. This may be small electric motor with the independent power supply or a diesel engine. This turns to the kiln very slowly but enough to prevent steamage. Internal heat exchange. Heat exchange is the rotary kiln may be by conductions, convections, and the radiations in the descending order in the efficiency. In low temperature process and the decolored parts of the long kilns lacking preset heat, the kiln is the oven furnace with the external heat extended to ensure the exchange between the gas and the feed. This might be consists the scope and the lifter that is close to the feed towards the gas stream. Or maybe metallic inserts the heat up of the upper parts of the kiln and impact the heat to the feed as the they dip below in the sphere surface at the kiln's vertex. The last are the various where little would cost expensive the pickup. The most common is the exchange consists in the chain hangings in the surface across to the strip. Thank you for watching everyone. Don't forget subscribe, like, and comment, and share. See you to my next video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.